Supper with Stub, supper with Stub, mixing up drinks and making grub, pairing beer and wine with the dishes we love. Come on in and see the spell of supper with Stub. Hello friends, welcome to Supper with Stub. You know what we do here, we drink and we cook things. It's Elvis Aaron Presley sitting in for my good buddy Stub while he's traveling this week. Because he called me and asked me for a recipe, one of my favorites. And I said, Stub, I'd be happy to sit in and do the show for you, so you can get some work done out of town. Well, with that, we're gonna get right to today's drink, y'all. And it's called a TCBtini. It's one of Elvis's favorite drinks. So we're gonna start with some ice in a shaker here. And then we're gonna add 1.5 ounces of vodka. Now, you know Elvis never been big on the drinking, but this drink right here, right up my alley. So we got 1.5 ounces of vodka. We got ourselves about 3/4 ounce of banana liqueur. Elvis loves his bananas. We got about 3/4 ounce of hazelnut liqueur. And then with that, we're adding about 3/4 ounce of some Irish cream. Elvis can almost taste this drink already. So we're gonna take that, we're gonna shake it up real sexy like, just like Stub does. Here we go. All right, now that our drink is all shook up, we're gonna take and empty it right into a martini glass like this right here. You wanna rim this with some brown sugar or some chocolate? Go ahead and help yourself. Elvis doesn't need any of that because it tastes just like it's supposed to. Here we go. Banana. Elvis's favorite, y'all know that, right? All right, Jack, well, you know what we're gonna make today? We're gonna make Elvis's favorite meal, grilled peanut butter and banana sandwiches. Now to do that though, we're gonna make our own homemade peanut butter. And it sounds harder than it is, so we're gonna get right to it here. Get that drink out of the way, but I'm gonna keep it over there and sip on it while we're making this. All right, so you're gonna need a food processor for this right here. Bam, you got it. Now I think Stub's gonna have these ingredients up on the side. You know what they are. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna add our peanuts into our food processor. That's about 1 pound of peanuts, and they're supposed to be peeled. You get a couple of peels in there, don't worry about that too much, Jack. We're gonna add our salt, and then we're gonna add our honey. Now be careful, because this honey will get stuck on you if it gets on your hands. All right, Jack, we're gonna put the lid on now. Turn this off. Now, Elvis wants you to notice it's gonna go through a few different things here as we go. Right now, we got a little bit of powdered peanuts. We let this go a little bit again. It's gonna start getting even more powdery, and then it's gonna start getting creamy, and that's where we're gonna add the last ingredient and drizzle it in. All right, here we go. Why don't you sing one of Elvis's songs to yourself while this is happening? All right, now that we got this nice and crumbly, we're gonna start slowly drizzling in our peanut oil. Here we go. All right, look, we're gonna take the lid off just to show you this overhead shot, what we have now. You see it's starting to get really creamy. It looks like brown sugar. You put a little butter in. We're gonna keep this going, and as it goes and goes, it's gonna get creamy, all nice and creamy like. All right, Jack, there we go. Now you see how this is getting nice and creamy? We see that? We're just gonna scrape right down the side. Now don't be tempted to put a little more oil in there until it gets nice and creamy and you know if you need it, because it'll be a little bit runny. If there's one thing Elvis hates, is runny peanut butter. Let this go another minute or two here, Jack. All right, Jack, we let this appliance here do all the work. Look at that. Nice creamy peanut butter right out of there. Now we're gonna set this aside and set up for our big meal of the day here in just a minute. All right, Jack, we got our homemade peanut butter here. We got some melted butter, and we got, of course, some slices of banana. We're gonna start before we grill this sandwich off. We're just gonna brush the outsides of our bread with a little bit of butter so it gets nice and toasty when we throw it on that there grill. All right, then we're, of course, gonna take some of our homemade peanut butter. You see that? Nice and creamy, like, right there. We're just gonna spread it on our bread. Now you want to get enough on there to taste, but you don't want to get too much. Look at that creamy spread in peanut butter. Oh, Elvis loves him some peanut butter. All right, Jack. Then we're just gonna cover this peanut butter in Elvis's favorite accompaniment. Nanas, fresh nanas. Oh, I got a double slice in the middle. He's gonna like that. All right, now our sandwich is gonna be ready to throw on this grill. All right, Jack, you can see here Elvis got a electric griddle in front of him. You can do this on a pan on the stove too, but we're doing it on a griddle for demonstration purposes today. We got this thing preheated to about 350 degrees. It's non-stick. We're gonna put our first slice of bread on. We're gonna go ahead and add a little peanut butter to this other side before we slap it together. Just gonna do that with a spatula right here. And we're gonna let this grill for about 2 to 3 minutes per side. Just get nice and brown. All right, Jack, we've had this on for about 2.5 minutes on this side. We're gonna go ahead and flip it over and see what it looks like. Ready to go, here we are. Oh yeah, nice and golden brown, just like Elvis likes it. Another 2.5 minutes or so, we'll be ready to eat. All right, Jack, 2.5 minutes on that other side. We're putting this sandwich off. We're gonna move this grill, then we're gonna bite into our peanut butter nana sandwich. All right, Jack, you see this perfectly grilled peanut butter nana sandwich? We're gonna go ahead and cut it. And we're gonna cut it crossways, just like Elvis's mama used to do for him here. And then because of the meal your kids can really get into, we want them to eat healthy, Jack. We're gonna give them a little side of just some mixed fruit here to eat with it. We got some raspberries, some strawberries, some blackberries. Ooh, I see some melon in there. Elvis loves his melons. Let's give this sandwich a taste. It's sweet, it's tropical, and Dee from What's Happening would also love it. That's another plus in Elvis's book. Now you be asking yourself, Elvis, what kind of wine and beer are we gonna drink with this? Well, my good buddy Stub helped me out with that. We're opening some wine first, y'all. And what we're opening is some bubbly wine. We're opening some Argyle Vintage Brut from the great state of Oregon. Well, this is some bubbly wine, and it's a vintage bubbly wine, and Elvis can't find the cage to get it off of here. Oh boy, there we go. This is primarily Chardonnay in this bottle here. And his good buddy Stub tells OE that this is not only delicious wine, but gonna pair well with these sandwiches. Oh, listen to that pop. Elvis likes that pop, y'all. Here we go. Nice tight bubbles. Elvis smells a little tropical fruit on there and he likes it. Crisp bubbles, a little hint of cream. Let's try it with our peanut butter nana sandwich here. Those bubbles cut through the sweet real good. I mean real good. And they definitely complement the creaminess of that banana. That's a great pairing. Elvis's buddy Stub is right about that. Now Elvis knows all the watchers of Supper with Stub ain't necessarily wine people. So we have a beer. And today we got the Boulevard Brewing Company Hibiscus Gosa. And yeah, that's pronounced Gosa, like Rosa. You know, Elvis dated a Rosa back in the day before he met Scylla. She was a firecracker, that one. He also dated a Marie once. She ran off with somebody else. Really sad. All right, this beer here's got some nice floral notes on it. You can see the color is just a little bit, Elvis is gonna call that salmon. Little pinkish in the glass. We're getting some bright notes and floral notes on there. Let's have a sip of this. Oh, Jack, that's tasty. It's light, it's refreshing, it's crisp. In that Gosa style, it's a little sour too. Let's go ahead and try that with our sandwich. Elvis is giving that pairing a big thumbs up. The floral and the slight sour on the beer goes really, really well with the creaminess and the sweetness on the peanut butter. Not to mention the little bit of salt we get in there. All right, well there you go, one of Elvis's favorite meals right here. Grilled peanut butter and nana sandwiches with your own homemade peanut butter. You see how easy it is? All right, well, E wants to thank you for joining me. And he wants to thank Stub for letting me sit in for him on this week of Supper with Stub. Y'all remember, until next time, you should stop coveting and start drinking Jack. And remember, there's always a seat at the table for you for Supper with Stub. Cheers, Jack.